Hello, my name is Ilona and today is Tuesday, May 21st, 2024. I'm just going to make a short video today and unfortunately my sleeping schedule is completely messed up, so just have to work with what we've got. The first thing I just wanted to take a look at is the warrants that were, how to say this, there are warrants from the International Criminal Court that is placed these warrants for Netanyahu, which is very interesting, but also for a leader in Gaza named Sinwar. So they are kind of put on the same level, which is very interesting to see. So I also saw an article on Politico, I think, that were actually mentioning that this was actually in the favor of Netanyahu, because a lot of people in Israel are like, why are they placing him on the same level as? But I just think this is very interesting that this is coming out in this way. And let's face it, October 7 could have never happened if there wasn't something happening in Israel with the Iron Dome. They've been able to, see, hear anything, but suddenly that wasn't working. So I do believe that there are ties, but it's interesting that this is now coming out in a very public, open way. Although, what does that really mean, a warrant? Because there's still a warrant open for Mr. P from Russia from that same court. Not much has happened, but I do believe that this is internationally very interesting to see that they're actually putting them on the same level in a way. So we'll have to wait and see how that's going to develop, but I wanted to take a look at the energies behind this. And this has to do with the Three of Swords, all pain. We've got the Three of Wands as the central card, so we'll have to wait and see what is going to happen. We've got the Two of Cups in the past. We've got the Moon card, nothing is what it seems, underneath the Three of Wands. And for the future, this is interesting, we have the Ten of Cups and the Six of Cups. So if I look at these cards for what's happening right now, what's coming out, well, nothing is what it seems, but this is purposely put together so people can start seeing the connections, because obviously there is a connection there. And there have, of course, been clips as well with people talking about the connection between this group that they're fighting apparently Israel in the Gaza area, but really they're all connected, and it all has to do with, of course, divide and conquer from the dark energies. Nothing is what it seems, but this is to show people what's been going on for a very long time, how people will handle this. That's, of course, to each and every one of us, but it's interesting to see. We'll have to wait and see. But it is bringing certain connections, making certain connections, and that is very important, to have these connections. And let's see, with these cards, I think that this will lead to more connection ultimately among people in that area and just humanity in general. It will, connect people instead of dividing, what the dark energies are trying to work out. And we have the Six of Cups, and that has to do with children. So I do believe a lot of things that's connecting with children, also with Israel, and that area will come out. Obviously, this is happening worldwide. I do have to mention, I think this is very interesting, a lot of people that have done things with children fled to Israel. That's interesting. They have a high percentage of those people running around there. What is going on there? But I do believe these things will come out. We obviously know what has been going on, but it's important for the larger group, the bigger audience, to start understanding and making connections. Because by, taking out these orders or these warrants on both of them, you are really leveling the game. And I think it is important that we start focusing on the people, the puppets really, doing all these things, then looking at the people underneath them, the people of Israel really don't want what's happening now in the Gaza area. And a lot of innocent people in the Gaza area are kind of just stuck with everything that's going on because of all these puppets above them doing all kinds of things. So I think this is a good thing that people are starting to see that connection. And I do understand that article as actually saying, this is better for Netanyahu, but I do believe that his position is crumbling anyway. So we'll have to wait and see. But this is very interesting. I think a lot will come out. connecting people, especially concerning children, but a lot of what is happening in Israel, just worldwide, but specifically in that area, will come out. Also in Ukraine, things need to come out. And I think that is also, it's part of the, great awakening that people are starting to understand what's been going on for so long. But it takes time before the psyche of a lot of people are capable of understanding what's been going on. And I think that's what they're working towards. I'm sorry, my hair is just all over the place. It is what it is. So that's what I wanted to say about those warrants being, how to say this, now out in the open. It really is interesting. It also creates an interesting just talking about both sides and what's going on there. And like I said, it's the puppets creating the damage, not the people living there. They really are all victims from both sides, with these divide and conquer and these dark energies and all these puppets working for the dark energies. And it's more, people are starting to see this. The other thing I wanted to take a look at in this video is right now in the Netherlands we have, and in Belgium, and a lot of flooding going on. So much water is coming down, and we also know, I've mentioned this before, that how they control the water here, the water management is not really going really well, which is very strange because our King Willem talked about being manager of water management. That's what he wanted to be. Years ago he mentioned that he wanted to have this, the manager of the water controls. So you can see now that really no one is in control anymore of the water here in the Netherlands, and I think that's purposely done, or they purposely keep things very high. So when more water is coming in, it will easily flood, and it's just right now quite a big mess. I wanted to take a look if it's still done by the dark energies, if it's white hats, what is going on, what is really creating this right now, the flooding. And I don't believe that the entire Netherlands is going to, like half of the Netherlands is going to fall to the sea again. I really truly don't believe that. But there is a lot of flooding going on. And the first cards I've got were the 10 of Pentacles and the 2 of Pentacles upside down. Well, the 10 of Pentacles, this card, sorry, if you put it upside down, it's about stability, like the status quo. And upside down means there isn't any stability. So this is, of course, the weather is out of control. There's no balance. When it's upright, it's about balance, going with the flow. It's out of balance. There is instability going on. The central card I've got is the Moon card. Again, nothing is what it seems. So we'll have to see it, let's look at it in a different way. And then we have the Page of Cups in the past. We have the 5 of Swords underneath the Moon. And for the future, we have the 10 of Wands and the 4 of Pentacles. So to me, this feels, especially with, of course, the 10 of Pentacles and the 2 of Pentacles upside down, and then the Moon card and the 5 of Swords. This is still residual damage from what's been happening for years, centuries, with everything they've done to our weather, the weather control. They've really been messing with it for years. And this is still the residual damage. And of course, I've mentioned the Earth, Mother Earth is changing. So I do believe it's also about regaining balance again. So these things need to be, how you say that's balanced out. But I do believe that this has already been put into motion years ago, and it's really still, how you say this, clearing and getting that stability and that balance back. So I do believe this is started by the dark energies. I believe this has started quite some time ago, that this is still, the effect on everything that has happened to the weather manipulations. So in a way, I believe that this has been put into motion by the dark energies quite some time ago. Mother Earth is, of course, trying to rebalance everything. So she has an influence on this. And the white hats are most likely using the water to really make sure those tunnels are completely flooded and nothing's going to happen anymore in those tunnels. So I do believe it's multiple purposes right now. But like I said, this has been done in the past, and we're seeing now the damages coming out of those actions. And I believe we're going to get some more here in the Netherlands and in Belgium. Like I said, I don't think half of the Netherlands is going to disappear in the water, but I do believe we'll have more flooding, or very locally. And it's awful. My heart goes out to the people with all these flooded cellars and damage to their houses and things like that. It is awful, but it's not going to be on a humongous scale. And people need to protect themselves with the Four of Pentacles. We have some more things coming in that direction before it will even out, and it will be in a better, the weather will be better and we won't have to work with this anymore. So I do believe more will come, and it will be very locally. So we don't have to worry about these large areas flooding, but we'll have some, there's more to come. Where that's coming from, especially with the Ten of Wands, it's like not seeing where this is going, kind of in a panic, although I don't think there should be a panic, but I do understand for the people that are in that area that it's going to be very, it can be very awful, and all the damage and things like that. But it's going to be locally, there's going to be more flooding coming in. I do believe we still have some balancing and rebalancing to do, especially at the weather front. I'd like to leave it at this. Hope to see you in another video. Bye.